Oh, hey. Hi, there we go. One person there. Totally forgot. Super busy here, like ironing. I'm psychotically ironing my shirt. I have the iron psychosis. Had the house cleaning psychosis, I guess. I don't know. Uh, Good morning. Who is watching? Who is the one person surveilling me while I voluntarily decided to expose myself here in public? My own free will, yeah. I'm not psychotic for going live on YouTube, yeah. Or maybe the social psychiatric service thinks that all influencers on TikTok that they're all psychotic. Maybe they'll be like, "Yep, we got him. We download the app, and then we get all these influencers because they're psychotic or whatever. Content creators. We get the content creators. We get the content creator creatives. Like next, we're gonna come for intellectuals, academics. We're gonna burn books, and then we got the Germany that we always wanted to have, like by the SPD, you know, turned, I guess, a bit right red, maybe. Maybe it's not a bright red, it's a right red from the SPD. Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody is gonna know. Hello to the two. Peace to two people in the live over here. The most thrilling activity, action-packed ironing with steam on 4. It's dangerous. So let's arrest all the content creators, especially if they're over a certain age, you know. Like if you're not 14, 15 to 18, 20 some, you can't funzel here, you can't fucking show yourself here, you can no flex, you know, whatever. Over here. Look at this beautiful shirt, Kush Berries, was gifted to me in Barcelona also, like last year at the Cannabis, and I met a nice cool dude from Capau Berries, and like he gave me that shirt, and it's really cool. Like I really cherished that. Like I think my entire attire, or most of my attire, is pretty much cannabis themed shirts, like promo shirts and shit. Always good. Great designs, lots of creativity going into it, lots of thought, love and passion for this wonderful medicinal plant that I'm being hunted for. It's for 8 months here in Germany. Yep, I'm being hunted for Knaster, or not really the Knaster, but it's like, you know, being hunted for, yeah, the defamation that the family member did, you know, that got me literally beaten, almost killed on Valentine's. That was my Valentine's gift. Torture and a beating by the Berliner police. That was my Valentine's gift, yeah. And then they lied about it. This is hilarious. It'd be like, we treat this guy like a street thug that doesn't know nothing about MMA, no martial arts like this. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't love MMA. No, he does, actually. So if he would have attacked, like, fuck, those cops would have been done for. Been saying that over and over, but man, like their stories doesn't match either way, you know. It's hilarious because either you're psychotic and the psychotic person is not aggressive, no. Like mentally insane people, they're not aggressive. Usually very confused, talking some gibberish that you can't decipher and be like, what is this guy saying? Cause like he's telling some shit here and then he switched topic there and then he's talking about whatever, red elephants there and then about green tomatoes on the other hand. Some stuff like this, you know, and then it's like a conspiracy or some shit and it's all tied together and he figured out the meaning of the thingy, you know. There's some folks that lose it with weed or without, you know, for several reasons. But yeah, strange. People who know me in the industry know me as rather quiet in social interactions, so maybe the appearance here is a bit different, but the people that know me in a one-on-one, when I'm in a good mood or living in fucking sarcasm Shutter Island B-movie version in Germany, then yeah, I might be a bit different. And if I got injured, technically I'm a angry fella. I don't hurt and harm anybody ever, but would I step into a fucking ring still at 40 when my neck's straight? Probably yes. I would be crazy enough to get my face sunken in or KO'd by someone else. Ah, definitely, definitely. But I'd probably rather keep it to sparring. Got this effed up arm, This is really a thing. Like I gotta put my fist in it. It's like here now, They drill that in over the thumb, sort of like this. What I'm showing you, and it's like cracking here now finally. Yeah, crazy police, left me really terribly injured. And I might not look like it because I'm a bit accustomed to pain already since the herniated disc and such. And I can bite on my teeth. Eventually to a certain degree, but then, to a certain degree I can bite down on my teeth and avoid the pain. But then when the fibromyalgia kicks in and, some old issues act up because of some muscle tenseness in certain regions, then moving is not so cool. Yeah. So for those that don't know my medical record, like I herniated my disc way back in 2011. I didn't consume any cannabis at the point. Was very athletic, working at a sports retail store here in Berlin while I finished my degree in digital media and web technology with with honors, magna cum laude, almost cum laude, but already enrolled in the university and withdrew when I moved to Mexico, and that kind of hurt my GPA, my grade point average. Otherwise, I would have finished cum laude probably. But no hate, I busted my ass, just to see where I land and how far I can get. And yeah, then, with the hernia in my disc after the Berliner half marathon, I went basically on through typical pill route, everything like from the basic ibuprofen to Novamil, like the, tramadol, whatever thingies, the ones that you can get from your local doctor. And then we went even so far to the neurolepticas, the gabapentins and lyricas and cymbaltas, and that definitely messed with my mind and my stomach and everything else after some time, so I couldn't even use them. And then I basically ended up with the medicinal cannabis in 2016, like first from California, per doctor prescription. So it was a WebMD Canna card owner in 2016. And then I was at the Dr. Knut Gastmeier out in Potsdam, like a very renowned chronic pain palliative medicine doctor who helped me with the medicinal cannabis, and it worked really wonders for me. It was a game changer as far as my back health was concerned, but unfortunately, due to my health insurance not covering the cost for the expensive imported medical mids, I'd say, radiated triplets, cardboard terps stuff, like like I went to street stuff, or at least now I'm at street stuff, but anyway, went really good for me. Worked my fucking back issues, core strength, everything throughout last year with weed. Reduces the muscle tonus and everything for me, reduces inflammation and pain, lets me sleep a little bit better too because of, and yeah, I've been using cannabis successfully ever since 2017 with no mental issues whatsoever. But then came the defamation sometime, I guess either already by the end of last year sometime, or maybe like somewhere this year, from my own mom that hates me, doesn't want me to smoke weed, is totally against weed, doesn't want to learn up, doesn't matter, is really just ignorant. And then we had a shitty vacation, and then this lady came, defamed, and now I'm basically back to level 1. Old pre-existing conditions, new crazy injuries by crazy scum, human scum in uniform that showed up here, that had the audacity to just attack me and then lied about it, saying that I attacked. which I would never do, but you know, it's totally out of character for me. And yeah, because of that defamed psychosis, right? And you were trying to get your mom gone on that day on Valentine's, you know, because you have project work to finish. You were late, you know, deadline and shit. Had to write some stuff. And then you had the lady here penetrating your fucking house and invading your privacy and doesn't let off of you because she really is convinced you have a psychosis. And then like you have a crazy mom that comes in and you gotta sleep, you gotta sleep. You don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to, like you have to rest like this. And I'd be like, oh, fuck off, like get off, like get out of your property, out of our rental place and shit. And yeah, then, you know, get smashed and get put in a psych ward as psychotic. And then over there, nobody attends you in corona isolation. You have some crazy doctors that didn't even see you. You know, the C. Müller from the Charité. So definitely if you have mental issues, don't go to the 155 Charité. Definitely don't go there because the Charité 155 sucks ass. Like, you know, because I was there sane and taking care of other patients basically, you know, some positive, you know, advice maybe and some positive talks and shit, and was able to probably make some people feel better there while they were there, because obviously staff understaffed, nobody there, they don't care, they like go to your room, you psycho, like sit doggy, sit, don't come out of the corona isolation, we tested you for corona and you have a bum knee anyway. And then be like, okay, good, what do I do in the psych ward? Well, I fixed my knee right away because I need to be able to walk. And I walked out of this thing with a ripped anterior and a ripped patella, and popped my own shoulder back in as well at the Bar Stars over there here in the Jan Sportpark. You know, exercised it out on excruciating fucking pain. Yeah, trying to get my weed, you know, my fix. Had a way that I actually had sent over there that was basically kept from me while I was there. So neglect, absolutely. Doctors don't give a shit. My mother all over the place, you know, and handling things, pulling strings behind my back. And now we have the situation where, you know, I'm not supposed to be here. I guess legally I can be here now since yesterday because neither my wife nor my daughter is here. So I guess that is fine because it's about the daughter. So I'm not basically violating any laws at the minute as far as I can tell. But obviously the verdict that we received yesterday were, you know, the one that was excluded off, where they wrote that I said some and behaved in a certain way, but I wasn't even in there really long enough. And objections were misconstrued as psychotic behavior. And the judge says, like, my behavior is really noticeably psychotic, but she is not a medical professional, and basically put out a verdict and assumed medical expertise, I guess, which she obviously can't. So therefore, I think the verdict of that judge is illegal. Probably also says, hey, nicht anfechtbar. And that's the current situation. So we have the beating and the injury still. My shoulder is doing really good now, actually. I'm doing a lot better. If I have cannabis, I was able to stretch this out. So still just like, you know, it's still going through here, and it locks up eventually a bit, you know. And like here, these tendons, like the center one and that one, because of the posterior and the anterior, you know, it's like the scapular thingy was super inflamed because of the, you know, torture thingy that they applied. And it's doing its work, so I have to get this out of my system. So I have to unwind, literally. I have to literally unwind this fucking shit and stretch it out so I don't re-inflame these things. So it may look like I can work and like, hey man, you look good, you fit, you can talk, like you don't look miserable and shit. But, you know, I definitely have some pain levels, so to speak. You know, I can say, hey man, right now I'm like at a 4 or so, you know, with some shit, you know, and then with no weed, it'll like it's going up, but I may not look the part. So maybe, you know, it's like in Germany they say, hey, der fühlt sich zu gut, like dem geht's zu gut, like he's doing too well. You know, who knows? And then came the German Schadenfreude and be like, haha, let's fuck up his life. Nice, we enjoy his demise. You know, so deutsche Tugenden, no, German Tugenden, Schadenfreude, like, hey, we are happy of other people's misery. That is a psycho shit, eh? Really. Germany has some weird concepts, I'm telling you. Schadenfreude is the dumbest concept. I don't know any other country or any language where Schadenfreude is present, where you are basically happy for somebody else's misery. That is a crazy, illogical, vicious, evil concept integrated into this syntax of German here, you know? So might cause a crash. Like I've seen many German brains crash in front of me. Like just talk to somebody and be like, yo, cannabis, and then try to tell him something about what you did last summer for vacation. Like you won't remember. Be like, you hear cannabis, and then it goes between the ears, pss, 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 phew, Windows XP, ding, 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 like that, you know. And then you got a German, yeah, blue screen in front of you. German blue screen of death. Like the mind couldn't comprehend. Like it's just, aber doch, das muss, das geht, I don't know, das geht so nicht. Nein, das kann nicht, das darf, you know, like that. So it's hilarious, you know. Once used to be the land, no, of the what poets and whatnot, no, and now it's kind of like, you know, the dummies and dumbers or some, I don't know. It's crazy what has happened to this country and what's possible in 2023, for real, for real. Considering that I'm a danger to my daughter, supposedly, but my daughter denies that and my wife denies that, but the court says it, so my wife and my daughter comply. Because it's kind of ingrained in my wife's culture, I guess, in that. So this is kind of like the authorities here, I guess, have more authority or more things to say, I guess, than she thinks, and she thinks that you can't object or say none against it. So it's kind of like, you know, whatever is said is kind of accepted even by doctors, and that it makes things even more complicated to have a rational, objective discussion, you know, and present facts and argue them out. But yeah, me and the psychoses, I'm still trying to find it. Still trying to find a damn Psycho Z. So if anybody comes up with a new strain, you got a new fucking candy gas strain, and you need a name it like Psycho Z, and maybe give me an eighth tester or so, like or maybe even, you know, an ounce. I'd be happy with an ounce at the minute, so I can smoke a pure joint once again and leave the fucking tobacco, because I hate tobacco, actually, and I just needed to cut my drugs, yeah, so cut my drugs with tobacco so I can make it last longer. But then funny thing is, yesterday the report says I'm smoking a lot more, but they don't even know how much I'm smoking. Like they don't even have my prescription. Then it says like, yo, about 5 G's a day, or I would smoke like 3 gram blunts every day, easy, with some rosin in it right now, like a nice donut blunt or something like that. I'd hit that, or a hash hole, easily. And then maybe I find a psychosis with weed at 40, like as a super cardiovascular fit guy that trained his ass off from last year, where he had to actually cancel his rehab for the lower back because his C3 acted up. And then they put a triple neck crank on me. But lucky, you know, I started my own exercise program for myself. You know, I'm doing sports like a long time, despite me having been fat once in the past. But then I changed my life around and got active, and then started with soccer, jogging, half marathon. Well, MMA, martial arts was anyway a part, always kind of integrated into your day-to-day on the DL for yourself, you know, mostly, and on occasion. Yeah. And now we're here, ironing, preparing for the road. We hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Sort of like that. Orchestrated by Psycho Mom. But I know where she lives. Should I drop the address right now? Maybe she can invite all of us for a sesh. She's gonna pay for a sesh because of her liability, you know, for damage, losses, and all this shit. Anyways, there's 4 people now. Hey, we got 4 people in live. Nice. Cool. I don't know if I can take any donations though. I don't want to ask people for random for money, but if you have anything to do, any of the 4 here local in Berlin, you got anything that, like a day's labor where I can recover from 3 days just in case if my tenants act up, let me know. Or I have a PayPal, whatever, but you know what I mean. It's not kind of my thing. I'd rather cook for you though. You buy the grocery, I cook for you, give me some on top, you give me some hash, I'm cool. Or otherwise, you know, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, Friday morning live on YouTube. Thank you for the 2 likes and thank you for tuning in for real. Like, definitely write some comments, ask me some questions, like definitely answer happily. Here, one of my favorite brands, I'm still waiting on them to come through. Made in Mexico, yeah? Made in Mexico by female artisans, yeah? With banana leaves by hand. Sabina's Emprende el Vuelo, like a beautiful product. There's like some not paid advertisement. Yeah, I'm trying to sell these things myself here, yeah, as a distributor. This actually is in the works since last year, but you know, like labeling and blah and getting this thing shipped here. But it's probably the nicest pre-roll that not always burn straight, but it's nicotine free. It's handmade, organic, pesticide free, and you just need to fill it. And you got like different sizes. You got like a gram size, and you got like a 1.5 gram size and bigger ones. And for me, for example, as a cannabis patient, it was very utile because I had a phase where I was supposed to take 1.5 grams each as every dose. And when I had those Sabinas, I just needed to fill 3, and then I smoke my 3 cigarillos per day, morning, noon, evening. And like I had my medicinal dose, you know, on a daily with these. So it's really nice. And also with friends, you know, it's like a different kind of blend for sure. And yeah, you taste the herb very well because there's no, you know, no tobacco flavor or anything in it. And I'm definitely trying to distribute them now all over the place. So they should be allowed to ship. So hopefully by end of October, around Christmas, I'm trying to get them into Spätis, head shops, etc. Yeah, Sabina's Mexico, fucking definitely check them out, 100%. This is something like really unique, beautiful, like it fulfills a great purpose because, you know, it puts people in Mexico to work, you know, ladies that roll these by hand for you and harvested there too, you know, by campesinos in Mexico. And having lived in Mexico 2 years with my wife, you know, 2 years far up in the mountains somewhere, not far up, but 1.5 hours about away from the coast, yeah, in a small little village called Santos Reyes Nopala, like Holy Three Kings Village. Happens to be my birthday too, yeah, whatever. Not thinking anything about it, but it's a beautiful place on earth, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, and had the honor and had the privilege, I guess, of being allowed there and being able to live there, and amongst you know, native Mexican people who you know, also speak their own language. And that region is the Chatino region. You have like Pinotepa, the Costa, and like, you know, the Sierras basically. And this is where, like, you know, the Chatinos live, you know, and they speak their own Native American language, which is considered, I think, an offspring of Zapotec, which was, if you don't know, Monte Alban. This is probably one of the earliest settlements there in Oaxaca, and a beautiful place for tourism for sure, you know, with these old pyramids and stuff. And those were the Zapotecs there, yeah. And then yeah, my in-laws, they also, or my, you know, rest in peace to my father-in-law, unfortunately, like he passed last year. But they, or my mother-in-law still speaks Chatnio. Chatnio. If you say something like Shqui Chatnio, that means, do you speak Chatino? Yeah, or Lol is hello. There's some things that I got to pick up over there while living there. Anyway, I'm done ironing right now. I'm gonna leave this shit as is. Right now is the, and see, I get out, get some weed, get some business done because the arm works now, you know, working, rehabbing myself because even the healthcare system is failing me, because my athletic needs are higher and they can't be met by the system for me, and just switch insurances and stuff, have a whole shit to do. Technically I'm supposed to stay here until the end of October because, you know, Arbeitsamt says, hey, this shoulder muscle is like, get it straight so you can carry loads like on top, you know, sort of like this, and do something maybe at least, you know, physical wise, you know, labor wise in the meantime, so I can contribute for the rent. But anyway, this is court movements in here, you know, you heard the story. Definitely check everything out. Like, check me out on Twitter. Don't take shit too serious what I say over on Twitter. Like, I like to use the Nazi Germany hashtag a lot to group that content, because I feel like whatever is going on right now with our family is something in between communism or Nazism through the back door, when, you know, institutions come raining down on you with no evidence and hearsay. So they probably screwed themselves too, listening to my mom, but I don't know how the legal situation is there. Got the police on that case, and I hope they're resolved, because the Entschädigungszahlungen für Strafverfolgungsmaßnahmen, you know, the injury, whatever, liability, damage payments and stuff from the police is still missing. And my meds, my nice, beautiful meds, emergency meds, which I should be having so I don't have to misuse government funds to get weed in the park to treat my chronic pain, should have been with me already. But anyway, this is Germany for you, for me. Hopefully your Germany is not Nazi for you and not fascist for you. So I hope Germany is a wonderful place where you can thrive and advance. And I hope your personal lives over here in Germany work out quite well. Mine, not so much. If you have a compassionate heart, definitely you can PayPal me. You can, not a must. Don't consider this like a call to action. But if you want to do it. You can do it. And yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, you know, the typical YouTube, blah, 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 blah. And I'm out to more working out here somewhere, getting busy, doing stuff, packing up my clothes, I guess, and forcing the person that caused it all to pay me at least 1,000, and I must stay in a fucking penthouse until the end of the month, because they want me to either go in the street or go to crisis management. But I'd rather stay in a nice hotel and maybe have a nice sesh or so, and then I'll let you know as well. So have a wonderful day. Happy Friday, happy weekend, man. Don't let this fucking world take you down ever. All right, wonderful day.